what's happening? It's Tommy with Crawler Concepts. Today we're going to do an installation of our Jeep JK rear inner fender liners on this 2016 Jeep JK Rubicon. I want to go over what you should expect to find in the box. You should find two of these, and a hardware bag with instructions. Alright, hardware bag contains some hex bolts, some regular 6-point bolts that are 7/16 bolt head size, 3/8 lock nuts, and some 7/16 lock nuts. The tools that you're going to need is a 3/8 wrench, 7/16 wrench, an 1/8" hex bit or Allen wrench, and a drill with a 1/4" drill bit. And that's it. I mean, it's a super easy installation. Okay guys, I wanted to go over the pre-assembly process of our JK rear inner fender liners. So you're gonna have two of these, hardware bag and all that stuff in the box. Okay, so you take this top half, match it up with the right side half, and you're gonna lay it over. And you're gonna take these hex bolts, and you're gonna put them in each one of these holes. And they screw to the nut certs on the back of these tabs. And that's it. That's your pre-assembly process for this. So moving on, we'll go ahead and pop these things in. Okay guys, we finished the pre-assembly of these rear inner fenders. To determine which side of the Jeep each one of these goes on, you're going to look for the STAR CC logo. That's always going to be towards the rear. So this is the passenger side. You'll find a hole here and a hole here that line up with pre-existing holes in your tubs that were for the little plastic clips that held the factory rear plastic inner fender liners in. So you're just going to put one of those hex bit bolts through each one of those holes and then through the tub, and then you've got this piece mounted. These tabs that run around the top edge are going to go in behind the pinch seam. There's a few holes that already exist in the pinch seam that these line up with. You'll go ahead and bolt those in, get this thing nice and squared away, and then you're going to mark the rest of the holes and then drill those holes. If you're running aftermarket flares, like he's got our aluminum JK Ultra flares on his Jeep, these we're going to have to remove those, mark the holes in the pinch seam, drill the holes through the pinch seam, put the flare back on, remark through the pinch seam onto the flare, take the flare back off, drill the holes through the flare, and then put it all back up, and then run those 7/16 bolt head size grade 8 bolts through the flare, through the pinch seam, and then nuts to the back of the rear inner fender. But other than that, guys, I mean, it's a super easy installation process. We'll go ahead and pop these things in, but I'm pretty sure most of you guys will be able to handle that. But I'll finish up this installation process just for the tips and tricks as I go along. Thanks for your time, guys. Okay, guys, as you can tell, we went ahead and mounted the rear inner fender. There are 3 factory holes that 3 of the tabs in the top portion of the rear inner fender line up with. So you got that hole is here, this hole is there, and that hole is there. So there's 3 existing holes in the pinch seam that the tabs line up with. I had to drill this hole for that tab, and then this hole for the other tab. So, I mean, on the pinch seam wise, I only had to drill 2 holes. Now what I'll do is reinstall the fender, come through the tab, through the pinch seam, and mark the fender. And I'll take the fender back off. I'll lay it down on some paper, some foam, and some carpet to make sure I'm not going to scratch these up. These were paint matched. And then I'm going to drill the holes and reinstall it and run the bolts through there, and then it's going to be a done installation. So anyway, hang on for that piece. Okay guys, that does it. We've got our JK rear inner fender liners installed. We've got all of our hole drills. We've got everything bolted back up. All we've really got left to do is just go back and tighten everything up and make sure everything's in there nice and squared. Again, this installation process is super easy. I'm just going to go over it real quick. You're going to unbox everything. You're going to bolt the 2 halves together. location of which piece goes where. The holes on the upper and bottom piece, they're only going to go one way, so that way you know the top and the bottom halves, which ones go together. And then once you put it in the tub, the location of the Crawler Conceptz Star logo is always going to be towards the back. Once you get that done, you're going to bolt it to 2 existing holes in the tub. There's a hole here and a hole here in the tub. You're going to go ahead and bolt that in. And then put nuts on the back. You just reach under there, put the nuts back there, bolt it in, bam, bam, done deal. The next step is there's 3 existing holes in the pinch seam that line up with the tabs on the upper part of the rear inner fender. You're going to mark a hole here and then a hole in the front side that you're going to have to drill. And then once you do that, you'll have to mark holes on the back side of your fenders. Take your fenders off, drill holes through your fenders, and then put your fenders back on if you're running an aftermarket fender like this. So anyway, it's a super easy installation, guys. It's really common sense, but I hope this video helped. If you have any more questions, please feel free to hit us up at 951-654-0136, or you can email me at tommy@crawlerconcepts.com. Thanks, guys.